Hello, everyone. I hope I am audible and visible. Okay, so let me have a quick tech check so that I can uh, make sure that I am audible properly and visible. Right, just a minute and visible. Yes, I am properly audible and properly visible. Okay. Hello, Kavyaini. Good evening. Okay. So I'm not sure. I had discussion with one of my teammates. Is like कि आज का live जो है that is not going to be crowded. I was like, why? There was like she reminded me today's India Pakistan match. So maybe we won't be able to have lots of people to like have discussion about these things. But yes, we are going to have some people who are serious about their exams and they just want to make sure that they are going to qualify in top law schools and all other thing. So hello Kavyaini, long time no see. Kavyaini, bache, like fortnightly current affairs every fortnightly every 15 days. So there are chances that you missed last one. So let's discuss what we had seen in last few days. So in last 15 days, we had seen some different event again, same issue which is burning from May. Like Manipur has again seen some rise in violence. Then we had seen certain hello Ankit, certain political issues, political matters. One of the good sign for the current political scenario of India is the opposition started getting united so that we can have a better functioning democracy. Apart from that, we had seen that recently from the ruling government, they have called some special session for the parliament, right? And there was some politics against related to this. Then we had seen some more thing in sports, then we had seen some more thing in Chandrayaan 3, then we had seen some more thing in terms of the aspect of Aditya L1, which was today, right? So space, defense, science, and Chinese particular part, Chinese counterpart, BRICS summit, etc. So overall, we had seen some like different event that happened in last 15 days. We are going to discuss a few of them, like two, and then we are going to discuss about the question answer. Right. So let's move to the topic. Topic number one is one nation, one election. Yes. So recently, again, our Prime Minister recently decided to discuss again this thing that is one nation, one election. Right. Again, this is a small cartoon related to that, which was kind of propagated by the opposition and some newspaper targeting about how the democracy is going to function. But let's discuss what is one nation, one election. Recently, the Parliamentary Affairs Minister, Mr. Prahlad Joshi, said there is a new committee that has been formed to make sure that they are researching about the possibility of a system of simultaneous election. Yes, for today, you know, your panchayat election are going to be conducted separately. Then the local urban bodies, which is like Nagar Palika, Nagar Nigam, municipal corporations, their election is going to be conducted separately. Then we are having legislative assembly, legislative council, their election is going to be conducted separately. Then we are having general election, their election is going to conduct separately. So we are having tons of different election to elect our representatives, starting from the largest house, like most important temple of democracy, that is Lok Sabha, to the smallest level, or we can say the ground level, the rural panchayat. So we are having different elections. So according to the Parliamentary Affair Minister, Mr. Prahlad Joshi, there is a new committee that has been set under the former president, that is Mr. Ramnath Kovind, right? to examine, to research about the possibility of simultaneous election, which we call one nation, one election system. Right. So they are going to present certain report after certain period of time. This is not the very first time the current ruling government, Modi 2.0, is talking about one nation, one election. Before that, like every year or every year and a half, in certain summit or in certain conference, regularly, either our home minister, either our prime minister discuss about it. Right. So before this particular committee, there was a law commission who discussed about how and when it is going to possible. Niti Aayog also researched about the possibility of simultaneous election, and apart from that, a parliamentary standing committee also discussed about how we can conduct it. So this is not the very first time we are having a detailing or research about these things, but that is a continuous thing. So let's first have like a bit of background, the history, right? So first of all, I told you this is not the first time the current ruling government, led by Bharatiya Janata Party (NDA), is talking about the one nation, one election concept. They had discussed this particular concept very in large platform in numerous times. Right. Now, the thing is, what is one nation, one election? Simply, when we are having the general election in which we elect members for the Lok Sabha, right? During that time, we are supposed to vote for our member of Legislative Assembly, that is MLA, right? Then at the same time, we are supposed to like go for the other elections which we are seeing in the urban bodies, local bodies. So at one point, we are going to like vote for a member of parliament, MLA, and some other local governing bodies. So local governing bodies still are not into that list. जितना मैंने देखा, जितना मैंने सुना, but MLA MPs are something that we are going to have in this. Now, is this practice is something that can be done? Yes. This practice was done from the very beginning of starting of the democracy of India. Yes, 1951, 52, 53, when we had started our democracy, when we had our first election, right? That was the time when we had seen the simultaneous election of the state legislative assemblies, right? And that practice went on until 1967. Yes, in 1967, by the 1967, we had seen all the particular assembly elections, state assembly, member, uh, Lok Sabha election, they all were going simultaneously without any interruption. But in 1967, 68, 69, 70, these were 3 years where we had seen certain, what we can say, premature dissolution of some state assemblies, and in 1970, you had seen how the election thing came. After that, we had seen some rise in the regional parties, and we had seen some changes in the state legislative elections, state legislative assembly. Later on, we had seen 1971, then we had seen the emergency time, then we had seen a particular Lok Sabha that was running for 3 years. So, with that particular instability or political event, the regularity in this simultaneous election practice that was stopped. Okay, so it was continuous practice. It was one of the particular thing that was normal during those days. So the thing is, when we are going to discuss about the advantage or how challenging is this simultaneous election practice today, then we are going to discuss how that was happening at that time. So until 1967, we had seen simultaneous elections of Lok Sabha and as well as the state legislative assemblies. So that's not a new thing to have in practice, but in today's time, we are having some different challenges that we are going to see very soon. So first, we are discussing the background. So we are going to discuss about how and what Law Commission said, what the Standing Committee said, what the Niti Aayog said. So first, we are going to discuss about the point of view of Law Commission. In 2018, August Law Commission of India has released a proper draft regarding the research report of the simultaneous election, that is one nation, one election. And they were like the simultaneous elections like are not very much feasible or cannot be held within the existing framework of the constitution. हम्म, थोड़ा सा भारी terminologies, they are very heavy terminologies. I'll tell you simply, the Constitution is one of the particular book that protects the right of every individual, whether that is us, whether that is state legislative assembly, whether that is parliament, whether that is judiciary or anything. So according to the law commission, with the current existing current framework of the constitution, holding a simultaneous election is not going to feasible. It is not going to be not going to possible. Right? That is what they said. Am I not visible? Kavyani Ankit? I guess I am visible. I can see myself in my mobile screen. But say please make sure like either restart the video or something. So let's discuss. Okay, so they were like the current existing framework is not going to help, and if we want to conduct simultaneous election, right, there are going to be need of a certain amendment to the constitution, amendments in the Representation of the People Act 1951. And if we want to have those kind of particular procedure, we need a special kind of what we can say majority vote in Lok Sabha and state assemblies. And we need at least 50% of state that should ratify the constitutional amendment. So if right, we want to conduct this, we need at least 50% of state assemblies which are functioning currently, right? And their support toward the ratification of that special constitutional amendment and amendments in the Representation of People Act 1951. These are two major particular concerns through which the Law Commission said it's not going to be possible to conduct the simultaneous election based on the current existing framework. Okay, moving on. What uh, Parliamentary Standing Committee said? It said simply that early election to the Lok Sabha or State Assembly can take place only if, right, there are two conditions to meet. A motion for an early general election is agreed either by at least two-thirds of the whole House, including the vacant seats, if a non-confidence motion is passed and no alternative government is confirmed by the Lok Sabha or State Legislative Assembly. Simply, I'll tell you what they wanted to say. It's simple term. Bhaiya, you want to hold election a bit earlier, whether that is general election of Lok Sabha or whether that is the state legislative assembly. In both the cases, you need to convince the state assembly or the lower house of parliament, that is Lok Sabha, to let us conduct the election. I mean, think about it. I am a chief minister now, and I'm still having 2 years of my term left, and I'm having a pretty stable government. And somebody will come to me and they will like, dude, let's have early election so that we can have one nation, one election, simultaneous election with the Lok Sabha. And I will like, why? I'm having 2 years left as my term. I'm not going to do this. Right. So they just wanted to say that we need to confirm, we need to have an alternative, we need to have confirmation from Lok Sabha and legislative assemblies so that we can conduct this. Indirectly, they are trying to say it's not going to take place if these two conditions are not being fulfilled. Moving on, Niti Aayog, right? Niti Aayog said the kind of report that the standing committee said we can work out, but we need to have the what we can say trust of state legislative assembly and the Lok Sabha, and we can help this particular process into two phase. They also gave a model that how we can held a particular election, phase one election where the state legislative assembly which are left with certain term can be taken care of. Where then they said how the second phase is going to take care of the assembly which are going to be ended and their term has to be extended for certain period of time so that we can conduct election. They gave a proper framework, but still it's not working at all. Right. So these were the three major entities. First one was the Law Commission, second one was the Parliamentary Standing Committee, the third one was Niti Aayog regarding the simultaneous election or one nation, one election. Yashika Bache, that if the team will allow, definitely I'll make sure I'll uh, give you a message to the team. Okay. Now, what are the arguments and what are the arguments against the one nation, one election? First, the arguments which are favoring the simultaneous election. Number one, incalculable economic cost of election. Yes, if we are having election every now and then, for example, this year we had seen some elections in the like northern part, Karnataka. Then in the year and in this very year, we are going to see five state election, including my home state, that is Madhya Pradesh. Right, and in the very next year, we are going to see the general election for the Lok Sabha in the mid-year and some state assembly election before the general election and after the general election. So yes, continuous election increases the cost, number one. Second thing, the policy paralysis or the model code of conduct. Every election has certain particular lack of what we can say in every election, there are some particular candidate, there are some particular parties which violates the policy of election and model code of conduct. Right. So if we are having simultaneous election and all the parties are focusing simultaneously on the state and Lok Sabha election, then definitely they are going to work toward the betterment, not towards some violation of code of conduct or something like that. The third one is administrative cost. Yes, every time we are having like election, there are some administrative unit that is supposed to shuffle. For example, some people who are working in the government sector or any other particular sector, they are supposed to get moved from one place to another place, right? Yes, so that they can conduct election. Apart from that, they have to move the security forces from one place to another place just to make sure to conduct a fair election. So election management by Election Commission of India and the local authorities, that becomes one of the tasks every now and then. So if we are going to have a simultaneous election, this is going to take a proper way, proper method, right? That is going to take care, that is going to be taken care by the proper framework that is going to make election easier. राइट बच्चे पॉलिसी पैरालिसिस लाइक अगर तुम टेक्निकल टर्म में समझना चाहो तो टेक्निकल टर्म में हम ये कह सकते हैं व्हाटएवर वी वांट टू एग्जीक्यूट इन टर्म्स ऑफ इलेक्शन right, every time we are conducting election there are some violation of the fair election. There are some particular candidate that are going to spend lots of money. They are going to use some unfair means, weapon, alcohol, money, or any other thing to gain the support or other kind of thing. So these particular kind of acts are known as the violation of code of conduct. So if we are seeing the regular election, right? This is going to be a regular thing, but we are seeing simultaneous election, these number of cases will be reduced. So these were the arguments in favor of simultaneous election. Then we are having arguments against the simultaneous election. The first one is the simultaneous election conducting now is going to violate the federal structure of the Indian democracy. Right. Simply, I told you the example. If I am CM and I'm left with the 2 years of government, why would I allow it? Right. So first thing, I would not allow it. Second thing, if a forceful like acceptance or forceful, what we can say, execution of one nation, one election or the simultaneous election is going to be executed, that is going to violate the rights of states. So again, this is a federal problem. Second, it is against the democracy, spirit of democracy. You cannot force anything on the states or on anything on the people. Yes, when our constitution was made, it was clear that states are going to have certain rights. That's why we are having state list. So if they are going to force it, that is against the democracy, spirit of democracy. The second thing, the next thing is the regional parties at disadvantage. Yes, the regional parties which are very much into the state level election, they are very much effective into state level election. The kind of supreme figures, supreme national politics figure, right? They are going to suppress their political right. That is one thing that I have learned. Yes, like for example, if we are seeing one of the faces like Modi ji against any local regional party leader, right? So definitely Modi ji is having more popularity. He is our PM, he is our beloved one, he is our respected one. So the regional parties may lose their ground or may lose their strength. That is one particular thing. And again, diminishing accountability for the regional parties, that how they are important at that time when they don't have numbers, they are not going to be very important. So these are the things associated with the one nation, one election. Make sure to learn about the committee, learn about the outcomes, learn about everything so that you can have proper news. This was the debate and discussion on one nation, one election. Moving on, the second particular topic for today is China's new official map. Right. I hope you like the cartoon. I like it very much. Yeah. Yes, the kind of Chinese aggression we are seeing, whether that is in land, whether that is in water, it's always not very welcoming, and Chinese are kind of trying to dominate the entire region of like eastern part and Asian part and Pacific part. So yes, they are not very much welcoming. What exactly happened? The last week, August 28th, the China released the 2023 edition of Standard Map of China. This was, I guess, the 30th anniversary of that survey institution, which actually releases the maps. So they released a 2023 edition of the Standard Map of China, in which they claimed are two integral parts. Part number one is our Aksai Chin. The second one is our Arunachal Pradesh. Yes, Chinese government has released this map officially, and in official map, official website, they claimed the Arunachal Pradesh and Aksai Chin as their territory. And you are well aware about us. We are very, very, very concerned. Very much. What we can say, very much concerned and very much emotional about our land. Everybody is. This is about the integrity of India. You are somehow trying to say that this land which you claim or which you see is not yours. So this is something which India opposed. Apart from this, the map also had some new particular thing. If you don't know, there is a water region known as South China Sea, which according to the Convention on Sea Laws, right, United Nations Convention on Sea Laws, is supposed to be shared by the countries around it. But China claim it as their own part. They call South China Sea as the integral part of People's Republic of China, because in history it belonged to China. So they have proposed the nine dash line. Right, yes, nine dash line is one of the particular border claimed and propagated by China, as this is the line that covers the entire South China Sea and make it integral part of People's Republic of China. So nine dash line, they again propagated it and claimed the South China Sea as their own part. Apart from that, they have put the 10th dash as the on the Taiwan. Yes, Taiwan, the Republic of China or Taiwan. It doesn't claim themselves as the part of China, but China claimed Taiwan as the part of China. One China policy. So they put the 10th dash on the eastern part of Taiwan, claiming that this is also the part of China. A bit complicated. I'll explain you in simple terms. China released a new map. They claimed the territories of different countries. First, they claimed the territory of India, Aksai Chin and Arunachal Pradesh. They claimed the territory of Taiwan, the eastern part of Taiwan. They claimed the entire South China Sea, which is supposed to be shared between China and Southeast Asian nation. Right? So that is what China did recently. Now, what is they are having and how they are actually getting into it. See, the thing is, in the map, they incorporated the territory of entire Arunachal Pradesh and Aksai Chin as part of China, right? And these two territories are long debatable and kind of point of discussion between India and China, and China is not supposed to do this. Second thing, 9 dash line, 10th dash, I told you how this is going to work. Right. In these are the maps that they had already released. In the coming time, the China is going to release the digital form of map for the different particular application, which actually uses the location of the user. So they again going to do the same thing. So China recently published a map in which the standardized setup claimed the territory of India, claimed the territory of Taiwan, and claimed the entire South China Sea. That is how they are doing. The thing is, let's have some map collab discussion so that you can understand more and more about it. So this is the Aksaichen reason. This particular line, just a minute, I have some other features as well. This particular line that I am drawing in black, this is the line known as LAC, line of actual control. Aksaichen is a reason which is debatable from 1962. The LAC was created in 1961-62 when we had seen the war, right? And China claimed this territory as their part. We claim this territory as our part. And LAC becomes one of the particular line that is having a clear-cut demarcation of no man's land and point of petrol. Then we are having another border line that is associated with Himachal and Uttaranchal, which we don't have much of debates, much of fight, but still that is a critical part. Then we are having the Sikkim border, and the last one is Arunachal Pradesh. So there are three parts that we divide actually the entire Chinese India border. The first part is we call the Aksai-Chin LAC region. The second one is Himachal Uttaranchal region, and the last one is Arunachal region or the eastern front line or northeastern front line with the China. China claims entire Arunachal Pradesh as their own part, starting from Tawang territory. Tawang is a very famous Buddhist monastery. If you ever get a chance to visit the place, it's a very beautiful place. Right? So they claim all those particular areas as their part. We claim all those areas as our part. Historically, there was this line known as McMahon line, which was demarcation between the British India and the Chinese Empire. In 1951, China decided not to follow that demarcation or McMahon line. In 1954, when we had the Panchsheel principle or Panchsheel, what we can say, agreement between us, then at that time, Nehruji and China decided that they are not going to interfere in each other's territory. But China was like, no, 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 we cannot stay with our words. So we are going to do it. After the China-India war, we had seen a new border, LAC and Arunachal region with the no man's land. Then time after time, like 1993, 2005, we had seen certain new initiative just to make sure we are having peaceful borders. China like regularly rejects or like claim the new land or new kind of territory by saying that this has historically belonged to us, and they're continuously violating. Because of this violation, we had seen regular standoffs or military face-off between Indian military and Chinese military. The last one we had seen was 2020 in Galwan, right? This was one of the particular incident that has changed the nature of the military relation between India and China. And from that time to now, we are somehow wanted to maintain our older patrolling point and our older territory, which we used to patrol and which we used to have on our side. So they are still creating problem, but this is something that we need to discuss. The government of India is taking the strict diplomatic actions, like our foreign ministry and our officials have denied the claim. And this actually came just before we are going to have the G20 summit. So that is one of the particular, what we can say, type of aggression that Chinese president is currently showing. So, in general term, I have seen some debates with the experts. They're like, we cannot deny the Chinese aggression, so we should put the China like in the back front by putting the diplomatic pressure in the different platform, whether that is G20, coming G20. whether that is other summits or other platforms like SCO, BRICS or something. If we will continue talk about these kind against of these kind of aggression, and other countries will definitely like support us, then in coming future, China may get back off this from back off from this kind of agreement. So yes, India is having a problem, but India is also having solution. The solution will take time. That is what the experts say. But we have to keep working hard on that particular thing. Now, Xi Jinping, that is the Chinese president, yeah, right? They starting from 2022, they are very much strictening the border laws. They are strengthening the border infrastructure. They are claiming different territories just to make sure that they are getting more and more powerful and more dominating in the region. But in future, definitely we are going to see certain changes in that. That is the China releasing a new map, right? Uh, can we find the PDF of this of the website or on the website? Yes, I guess you can find it. Right. So this was the China releasing new map. See, there are a lot of things that we could have talked like the agreement starting from 1951 to 2023, different kind of agreements, but I don't find it very much like important. Then there is another topic that rises with this topic, that what are the other border disputes of India with the neighboring countries, which may not be very important for your exam. So we had discussed enough related to the China-India border clash or border issues. Right. So that is what China-India issue. Moving on to the objective question. Now, there is a simple thing that we are going to do that you know, right? What we are going to do, I am going to ask you a question. You are going to answer me with A, B, C, D, correct? And that is what we are going to do. So, ready? Just a minute. Let me change it first. Yeah, the screen should be bigger now. Okay. So, first question. Consider the following statements in the option regarding the PM Vishwakarma Yojana. So, there is a new scheme that is known as PM Vishwakarma Yojana. Consider the statement regarding this. On August 16, 2023, the Cabinet Committee of Economic Affairs approved this new central sector scheme. Right. Just a minute. The duration of the scheme is going to be 5 years, the financial year from 2023 to 2024 to 2027, 2028. The financial outlay allocated for this period is 13,000 crore rupees. Under this scheme, 15 traditional occupation will be covered in the first phase. Which of the following statement given above is or are correct? 1 and 3, 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3, all of the above. So Sachin is saying D, that is all of the above. Anyone else? Okay, Ankit is also saying D, that is all of the above. Kavyaini saying D. Ankit is saying 4 times D. Okay, Ankit, I got it. D. 5 times D. Very good, Ankit. Six. Okay, okay, D. All right. The correct answer is option number C. Yes. Have some patience, guys. Like, yes, had samagti thi, sona nahi hoti. हर statement based question का answer all of the above नहीं. Yes. The thing is, this particular scheme, which is known as PM Vishwakarma Yojana. So first of all, this scheme is associated with the craftsmen, artisan, which are like associated with the local crafts, local arts, artisan, like for example, locksmith, toolkit, hammer toolkit maker, blacksmith, right? Sculpture maker, stone breaker. So there are some particular local level artisans which doesn't get recognition because of two, three reasons. First, they don't have technical expertise to sell their artifacts at the online or the national, international level. Second, they don't have resources, finances, training, right? So that they can do the same thing. So what exactly is this particular scheme? This scheme is associated with giving the financial incentives, financial support, technical support, and they will also give the skill upgradation, toolkit incentives, and digital like marketing support, digital transaction support to the local artisan, which through which they can actually learn a better way of marketing and better way of selling their art and crafts, and they can become more independent. And they decided to give 5 years time, 13,000 crore rupees, and they actually decided to have not 15 but 18 different traditional occupations which are they going to cover, right? So it's not 15 but 18. Okay, so make sure to read properly and make notes properly क्योंकि statement based question आते हैं. Moving on to the next question. Consider the following statement regarding the Press and Periodical Registration Bill 2023. There is a new bill which was passed. 18, Ankit, I remember there are 18. Yes, I had discussion with one of my father's friend who is associated with the government, right? And he was like, there are 18. Check now. Most like from being my side, that's 18 because I had discussion. If there are 19, like then let me know. Okay, so the consider statement about the bill. The bill was passed in Rajya Sabha on August 3, 2023. The bill repeals the Press and Book Registration Act 1867. The registration of paper, periodicals, and books in the bill, provision for cataloging of book, and as well as the provision for what do I miss? Provision for is registration of the paper periodical book and as well as provision for this is described. Okay, the bill provides the prior approval of the central government for publication of like facsimile edition of the foreign journals. Which of the following statement is or are correct? 1 2 3 2 3 4 1 3 4 all of the above. Batao. Registration of paper periodicals and books in this bill have provisions for the cataloging for registration. Yes, that should be received. Okay, so Sesame is saying D. Okay, Kavyani is like no idea. See, the thing is, there are some particular question in the NLU Delhi exam or some other exam which are having this sort of long language, right? So that's why we are keeping this kind of questions. Okay, Ankit is not sure about it. The correct answer is option number D. Yes, all of these statements are correct. The thing is, if you want to raise like statement three, I'll explain you. Uh, this is simply a kind of a publisher that is supposed to make registration and that is supposed to make a proper like what we can say declaration to the district magistrate, and district magistrate will send this press to press registrar who will allow the cataloging or registration of paper or periodical or anything. So overall, sare ke sare statements are correct. That's why option number D. Moving on, in August 2023, the Gyanendra Malla announced his retirement from all form of international cricket. Against which country did he score the only century in his international T20 career? अगस्त 2023 में ज्ञानेंद्र मल्ल ने अनाउंसमेंट किया रिटायरमेंट का. बताएं किस कंट्री के अगेंस्ट उन्होंने ओनली सेंचुरी मारी थी. ऑप्शंस आर हांगकांग, भूटान, भूटान, केन्या, नेदरलैंड. एनीवन? एशिया कप चल रहा है, इंडिया पाकिस्तान का मैच चल रहा है. Okay, Ankit is saying B, that's Netherlands. Anyone else? Rain हो रहा है. Okay, A. The correct answer is B, Bhutan. Okay, I'll tell you. Gyanendra Mal is a former Nepali cricketer, former Nepal cricket team captain. Right? Yes. He recently announced his retirement. I decided to put this question in our discussion because Nepal is playing Asia Cup. Yeah, that's why I decided to put this question. Like he had played as a captain, like I guess 37 ODIs and 42 T20s, and he scored only century again. He did not score any century in the one day cricket, but he did score a century in the T20 against Bhutan. In 2019, he scored 107 runs. So he was a former Nepal cricket team captain. All right, this is a cricketer belong to Nepal, and he scored a T20 century against Bhutan. That means Bhutan is also a team cricket team, international cricket team. Right? Moving on. Where was the India MedTech Expo 2023 organized in August 2023? So अगस्त 2023 में इंडिया मेडटेक एक्सपो कहाँ ऑर्गेनाइज हुआ? ऑप्शंस आर न्यू दिल्ली, मुंबई, गांधीनगर, हैदराबाद. Hope for the best. India जीत जाए. The kind of batting top order did Sachin today. Heartbroken, but again same thing. Dil Indian hai, so we want India to win at any cost. Okay, Sachin is saying C. Potato is saying C. Potato Warrior is saying C. Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Skavyani is also saying Ankit is saying C. Yes, correct answer is option number C, Gandhinagar. Yes, so 17 to 19th August के बीच में गांधीनगर में this summit was conducted, and this was an initiative. This is a first of its kind summit in India where the Meditech, right, organized by the Government of India, Department of Pharmaceutical. This is the first edition of India MedTech Expo, or the medical devices. So whatever kind of medical devices you see, whether that is a simple stent to a high level technical MRI scanner or something like that, everything was had a kind of place in this MedTech Expo. This was associated with the medical devices and organized in the Gandhinagar. And this was the first edition. That means first, right? Okay, where was the Ukrainian peace talks 2023 held in August 2023? अगस्त 2023 में यूक्रेन शांति वार्ता कहाँ पे हुई? ऑप्शंस आर न्यू दिल्ली, अबू धाबी, जेदा, वियना. मैं तुम्हें बता दूं जो हमारे एनएसए हैं, नेशनल सिक्योरिटी एडवाइजर मिस्टर अजीत डोभाल, right, he was the one who actually led India into this. So he was the official person who actually was there to discuss about the peace talk. Anyone? Okay, so D, that's Sachin Bolan. D, that is Vienna. B, that's Abu Dhabi. Kaveni B, I guess Abu Dhabi. Okay, the correct answer is option number C, Zeda. Yes. So the thing is, earlier this year, the Ukrainian president Volodymyr Zelensky has proposed a peace plan, right? And Saudi Arabia decided to bring the Western countries, Ukrainian, and some major developing countries in this platform to discuss about the the plan provided by the Volodymyr Zelensky and how we can execute it and how this peace talk may help ending the war and may help in fighting against the inflation caused by it and some other particular security threats. So that was in Zeda, and from our side, it was Ajit Dubhala, National Security Advisor, who was present there to have to participate from the Indian side, who has been appointed as the brand ambassador of the World Professional Wrestling Hub (WPH) WPWH, right? In August 2023, अगस्त 2023 में किसको ब्रांड एम्बेसडर बनाया गया वर्ल्ड प्रोफेशनल रेसलिंग हब का? ऑप्शंस आर बजरंग पूनिया, संग्राम सिंह, सुशील कुमार, दीपक पूनिया. Some tips for elite GK. अंकित, NLU दिल्ली का GK सिंपल होता है. All you have to do is to maintain the notes, like the way we provide daily current affairs update. There are some other website which provides daily current affairs update. You have to go through that. You have to see the question paper, what kind of notes, what kind of topic, objective points are there to become a question, right? And you have to go through this and you have to make notes, you have to revise the notes, you have to maintain the notes, and you have to give lots of exam, lots of tests related to ALET. That's it. Simple, right? That is how we are going to do. So, according to Sachin, that's A. Bajrang Punia. According to Kavyani, that's B. Sangram Singh. Anyone else? No? Yes, the correct answer is option number B. Sangram Singh. So the thing is key, there is a difference between wrestling and professional wrestling. So this is one of the new initiative for the professional wrestling that is going to be to happen. It was organized and announced in 2023, and this is going to be the platform where international wrestlers, national wrestlers, and what we can say experienced wrestling coaches can showcase their talent here. And Sangram Singh, one of the particular wrestler background person, is associated with that, and he is termed as the brand ambassador for this. Right. Moving on. Which fact in the option is not correct regarding the one district, one product scheme implemented by Gujarat? गुजरात सरकार की स्कीम वन डिस्ट्रिक्ट वन प्रोडक्ट स्कीम के बारे में कौन सा स्टेटमेंट गलत है? Option number A, this scheme was implemented by Government of Gujarat on August 2023. The scheme was started by the Government of Gujarat with an amount of 62 crores with the grant. Under the scheme Gujarat, in the Gujarat, the focus has been specific product like Sojani Handlooms, Bandhani of Jamnagar, Patola of Patan. Under the scheme, more than 25 handicraft products and product from the handicraft sector have been selected in 21 districts of the state. काफी बड़ा heavy question है. Again, data-based question है 62 crores, 25 handicrafts, 21 district. So यहाँ पे भी the game is going to be on data. So that's how you can target it. Anyone? The correct answer is option number B, if you don't know. Right, not 62 crore, but 58 crore is the grant that they had started. One district, one product scheme, I'll explain you. For example, I belong to Rewa, one of the district of Madhya Pradesh, and there are some particular artifacts made from supari and some other particular wood and nuts, which are very famous from there. But the artsmen, the craftsmen, artisan, they don't had the resources to make it or to sell it on the large scale. So the kind of one district, one product that we are seeing in Gujarat, it's already being implemented in Madhya Pradesh, where government of Madhya Pradesh, or like in case of Gujarat, government of Gujarat is going to promote one product from one district at the higher level with the marketing, with the proper exhibitions and proper what we can say places in the different documentation. That is one district, one product. So they have started with a grant of 58 crore, not 62 crores. Moving on, consider the following statement regarding the 65th Raman Magsaysay Award 2023. 65वें रमन मैगसेसे अवार्ड 2023 के बारे में इन वाक्यों पर ध्यान दें. पहला, first, this year the award was announced to be given to Dr. Ravi Kannan, a renowned oncologist of India. The award was established by the Raman Magsaysay Foundation in 1965. Which of the following statement above is or are correct? Option number one, or statement one, statement two, both one and two, none of the above. A very easy question. Guys, okay, so Sachin is saying D, Kavyani is saying A. Sachin is saying C. Okay, Potato what is saying A. Yes, the correct answer is option number A. Yeah, so in 2023, 31st of August 2023, this award was announced. And they have announced this award was announced for four people. The first one is the famous Indian oncologist. Which oncologist is someone who's dealing with the cancer medicine and cancer medication and cancer treatment. So the oncologist from India is Dr. Ravi Kannan. I guess Kurbi Nangchand from the Bangladesh. There is this person Lemos from Timor and Mariam Coronel from the Philippines. So there are four people who has been awarded from the Raman Magsaysay Award. This is a very important award termed as the Nobel of Asia. Yes, or Asia's Nobel Prize, right? And like Ravi Kannan is the first Assami person to win this award, and this award is given in the memory of former president of Philippines, Mr. Raman Magsaysay. And this was not started in 1965. This was started in 1957. Yes, the first awarded in 1958, and the foundation was established in the 1957. And I guess Acharya Vinoba Bhave, a person who was associated with the Bhutan movement, was the first Indian to receive this award. So this is a very important award. If you haven't needed notes on this, please make it. Right? That is something that is going to be in the exam for sure. Moving on. Consider following statements. Jaya Varma Sinha took over as the new chairman and chief executive officer of the Railway Board of India on September 1st, 2023. She is the second woman to reach at this position. Hello, Pushpa. So, which of the following statement is or are correct? Only one, only two, both one and two, none of the above. Batao. Okay, Kavyani is saying A, that's only one. Tattoo Warrior is saying A. That's only one. Anyone else? No? Yes, the correct answer is option number A, only one. Yes, Jay Verma, who is, I guess, one of the particular IAS, like IRTS, Indian Railway Transportation Services, right? She is a very experienced, what we can say, administrative officer, and she was in the Dhaka, like Indian High Commission for as working as the advisor, right, for the Bangladesh Railway, and she is the first woman, not the second. She is the first woman to reach at this position. Now she is CEO, Mukhya Karyakari Adhikari, and the chairman of a Railway Board of India. So she is going to be the first one replacing Mr. P.K. Tripathi, right? So that is what Jaya Verma is. And this is it from my side for today. And I hope you guys enjoyed the session. I hope you had fun and you had enough knowledge and enough content so that you can make your study better. Right. So this is it from my side for today. I wish you and all your loved one a good health, good mental health. Just to make sure we stay motivated and stay positive for your studies. I'll see you in the next session. Thank you. Good night, guys. Thank you, Kapani. Thank you, Potato Warrior.